from a galaxy far, far away.
And a bookshelf straight out of the 90s.
From Thrawn to Dantooine.
And everything in between. This is Legends Look Back.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Legends Look Back, proudly part of the Utini Podcast Network. This is a Star Wars books podcast for people who don't need Enneagram or Myers-Briggs. The only personality test that we need is, which Lawrence brother are you? Where we celebrate the Star Wars EU and expand your universe one episode at a time. I'm your host, Jared Mace, and I'm joined by the full cast and crew of Legends Look Back tonight. You know them and love them as Freddie C., Emily Daybeck, and Rick Race.
Hey. Yeah. Who's the Lawrence brother from The Other Me?
Oh, the young one, Andy, with the big eyes.
Yeah.
With the big eyes.
I can't keep him straight.
They've got a podcast I've been listening to. Actually was texting Freddie about it the other day. And on the podcast, he was like, yeah, man, animals hate me. It's because I've got the big eyes. They're scared of me.
That's hilarious.
It's fantastic.
I never thought that would be an issue, but I guess so.
Well, you know, we do love the Lawrence brothers, but tonight we're going to talk about a different family dynamic, and that is one of the Jedi Order. In fact, this is a Jedi-centric episode we're going to be doing tonight. So it just so happens that all the Legends news that we have is Jedi-centric, and a fun little Jedi game that I cooked up, and a little preview of it. I'm going to absolutely eviscerate the co-hosts tonight, or at least I hope I will.
Just me. It's probably just going to be me. Usually is. But hey, we're in a good mood. We're having a good time.
Oh, yeah, we'll see if you still are by the time the game is over.
I probably won't be, but I'm trying to be positive, Jared.
I'm glad you are. Glad to have you. Let's get into it. First and foremost, let's get into a segment that we call Legends Look Out, Look Out, Look Out. First and foremost, Freddie, I know you've played this one. Jedi Power Battles.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time. This is episode 1, an episode 1 game.
Oh.
And it was this one, or in my opinion, it was Star Wars Galaxies, and I always played Star Wars Galaxies, so it didn't get as much attention detection. Anyway, what I remember is just the constant... the graphics. Let's go with the graphics. They're very...
Very PS1.
Very, very PS1. A lot of fun, and you get to basically do light fighting in some of the key battles during episode 1. So you've got the Theed Palace, got several other things that happened during that. But
yeah,
wow,
it's like a classic side-scroller arcade action game. And I've got a real soft spot for this style of game. We're thinking DuckTales. We're thinking the X-Men for the Sega Genesis. Mm-hmm. The Super Nintendo Star Wars games.
Very pixelated.
Yeah, this style. Fun fact, this is my wife's like gateway drug to Star Wars because she would play it with her brothers and she would always be Adi Gallia with a pink lightsaber.
Nice.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
What about you, Jared? What was your favorite?
You know, I'm trying to think who would Qui-Gon Jinn, I suppose, was my guy. I've always identified with Qui-Gon. He's like a little bit of like a contemplative type. Got the green saber. Something about Qui-Gon. Rick, Emily, have you played Jedi Power Battles?
Nope.
No. I was thinking this was like those battling tops. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, no.
In my mind, that was like that, but like a lightsaber top. So that was my vision. I was having a really fun time imagining what a game like that.
Oh, like Beyblade.
Jedi fighting.
Beyblade.
Yeah. Beyblades. Okay. But like with lightsabers. So that's what I've just been like in my head this whole time.
Is that a thing? Can we make
Sounds
that a
cool,
thing?
though.
I would like...
I feel like it should be.
Lightsaber Beyblades. That would be a thing.
That would be pretty sick.
It'd be like weed whackers, but like lightsabers, you know?
Yep.
Have you seen the YouTube video of like Beyblades for dads? And they get these gigantic...
It's called BattleBots.
They light an arena on fire with oil and...
Oh yeah,
I've
seen
so
that. They
cool.
use like
big spiky contraptions.
They know their audience.
Like a power, like one of those power saw, like hand saws.
Right.
They
They let it loose.
Man.
That's not what this is, Emily. No, but if you haven't played it, now you can, because Limited Run, our friends at Limited Run, they make some great products, physical releases of classic Star Wars video games. They're now doing Jedi Power Battles. I collect these. I've got a whole bunch of them. Don't know if I'll pick this one up because, like, it's just one of those things. There's always stuff to spend money on. But, Freddie, tell the folks about what we can get from Limited Run Jedi Power Battles.
Yeah, you've got a nice little quote here. Deflect, defeat, destroy. So, couple things. You get to take back the Theed Palace in a very fast and furious lightsaber action game. You will have the power of the Force and a trusty lightsaber to help you ward off legions of battle droids, destroyer droids, assassins, and other creatures. Some of the key features here. So you're going to get it for... it's available for the Switch, the PS5, and the Xbox. And price, $34.99. But if you go premium at $79.99, you get the Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles game. You get the premium foil stamped collector's box, a 12x16 poster, an Obi-Wan metal figure, not Mace Windu, that was my guy, a deployable folding droid pin, that seems pretty cool, a commemorative Droideka coin, in case you get challenged by any Droideka, you've got your challenge coin.
They come up with really fun stuff for these, yeah.
Yeah, they do. Of course, your cert of authenticity to show you bought it. And you can resell it.
Yeah, those certificates of authenticity, I pull them out every now and then. I'm like, still there. That's good. It's official.
When does it all drop, Jared?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when they said this is coming out, but the pre-orders do close later this month. So we've got a little bit of a window here. Have a yard sale if you need to come up with your $80. And pre-orders for this close on March 23rd. So a little bit of time left on these. And I will say, you've got to get it in before those pre-orders close because I missed the KOTOR 2 limited run by like a day, unfortunately. That was sad. If anybody's got an extra, hit me up.
Where do you sign up for the Dad Beyblades?
That's going to be in the dark web. I mean, the Discord.
The Dead Web.
Oh, man. The Dead Web.
Rick, hit us with the next item here on Legends Lookout.
All right. Next is a Jedi Revan statue from Diamond Toys. These are pretty sick looking. This features the Jedi Revan from the Old Republic. It's a PVC statue designed at a 1:8 scale and measures 10 inches tall. I'm not going to make a joke. Like the rest of the Star Wars Gallery line, it's designed to be a more budget-friendly option for collectors, and it carries an MSRP of $80.
Yeah, that's much more affordable than what's the one that you've got, Freddie, the Hot Toys?
That's the Sideshow.
Giant? Oh, Sideshow.
Yeah. Yes. So the statue is going to be released the fall of 2025. Pre-orders will open on the Gentle Giant website and other retailers on Friday, February 21st. So I guess it's already open. And you also currently can pre-order a Darth Revan statue, which is going to have a wider release in 2025 after originally debuting as a Diamond Select Toys and a GameStop exclusive.
I've got that one. That's the one where he's standing on the Mandalorian helmet, and it is sick.
Oh.
I love it. It's one of the featured pieces in my collection. Got the big Revan
That
collection.
one is pretty sick. They both are.
And this one, I think, is going to have to sit right next to it.
Yeah.
You got the light side, you got the dark side. It's cool. Pick your poison. You're going to be picking this one up, Emily? Kind of matches the beige vibe you've got going on over there.
I actually really like the Sith one better.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Phase.
Darth Hannah and all.
But honestly, it's the mask for me. Either way, that it works. But I think he's way sicker as a Sith Lord. No, I mean, yeah.
Well,
no.
the black and red is
There's
better
no room
than
for the
beige.
light side in my house, Jared. No room.
Meanwhile, you're like, gentle parenting over there.
Yeah. I've got a dark side, though. This is the dark side. That's my only Star Wars shirt is just all Sith Lords, and it says, "Welcome to the dark side," or something like that. It's the best.
Fantastic. That's not the only Revan news that we've got. We've got one more piece here. Freddie, you and I did a Revan episode recently. You remember it?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Like 3 weeks ago, man.
Yeah, I sure
No,
do.
it
I sure do.
happened in 3 weeks.
We were looking at metrics just to see like what are people listening to. We want to make sure that we're making quality content, right? That's what we want to do. So we looked back and Revan did a pretty decent job. Maybe we should write about it. And Jared took it upon to himself. He said, "I will take my pen, my
AI.
quill."
AI is what. No, it's complicated how this came about. We're experimenting with like turning some of our episodes into articles. It's a bit of a robo assist, but I definitely combed through it with a fine tooth comb, made a couple adjustments, and for example, there's a quote. It was directly from the show. Freddie said, "I like talking about saving for the game in the first place." I said I saved some lawn mowing money, and the robot overlords thought that I said I saved some annoying money. It's like it's an annoying amount of money, like $40 for a video game back in 2003.
That's fair.
But so catching those kinds of things, adding in a little bit of extra Legends lore, and we're trying to turn our episodes into articles for folks that want to go through them and click the links and feast their eyes upon the show.
And Jared,
format.
you would say there's a lot more context, right, in these articles too that you've put in on your own.
Oh yeah. I'm going through it with the human touch and that sort of thing, making sure it all makes sense and it's got all the Legends lore. So we're trying out this new format. Check it out. And going over to utini.com, it's the featured article right now, right there, the top of the page. So Revan never dies. Can't keep a good Revan down. Just as soon as you think the episode's over, it comes back in both dark side and light side forms.
I don't know who's doing this, but if you haven't checked out the utini.com website lately, we've had a complete refresh of the website, and it looks sick all around. But these thumbnails for the articles are awesome.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing that our VA, Kyle, has made. He's also our audio editor for the show, except for this week. But most of the time, it's Kyle. Shout out Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle's a real one. So, speaking of Kyle, now's the moment when he would put in our ad break. So, we're going to have a brief word from our corporate sponsors, and then we'll be back with a game that's going to absolutely haunt the rest of our co-hosts for the rest of their lives.
This episode is brought to you by The United, the official Utini community. By joining The United, you'll not only receive ad-free shows and exclusive merch drops, you'll get unlimited access to our Discord full of enthusiastic Star Wars fans that want nothing more than to welcome you. Filled with daily conversations, weekly polls, and monthly events, The United is powered by a community of intentional positivity, and that makes it the best place for you to celebrate your fandom and engage with fans who love everything you do the way you do. By heading to utini.com/community, you can sign up for a whole year of The United and save 15% when you use code LEGENDS. That's code LEGENDS for 15% off your first year of The United. So, head over now and get signed up to check out our amazing events and connect with your favorite podcast hosts. Thank you again to everyone in our community for their incredible support. And now, back to the show.
And we're back. Guys, there's something really fun that's happening, and I've got to break it down to you, Legends heads, because this is something that's happening over in the canon side of the Star Wars fandom. Let me just ask you guys, what was the last Star Wars comic that you read? Canon, Legends, when was the last time you read a Star Wars comic?
I'm slowly working through like a Clone Wars omnibus,
Oh, nice.
but it's probably been a month since I picked it up.
Okay, a month was Clone Wars. Freddie?
It's got to be about 6 months at this point.
We're thinking like Quinlan Vos. We're thinking Legacy, Darth Vader.
What was I reading? I was reading Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh,
Zane
sweet.
Carrick.
You love to see it. Emily?
It was probably the last one we read for the show, honestly.
Yeah,
And
it might
I
have
can't
been,
remember
what,
which one it
Boba
was.
Fett?
Yeah.
Well, I think we read a more recent one than that. But yeah, Boba Fett was one of them.
Or the
I don't remember.
You did one with Emma back in the day that was a weird one. With
Oh,
Qui-Gon
yeah.
and Xanatos.
That was an odd one.
the Crimson. What was it? Crimson what?
Crimson Empire.
Oh, Crimson Empire.
Yeah.
Freaking love those
Yeah.
things, man. I got to read Crimson Empire again. Well, I'm going to get sidetracked. I read a canon comic. All right, I keep up with like 90% of the canon comics. There's a new one that's it's really getting a lot of buzz. People are excited for this. It's been announced for months. They're leaking tons of artwork. There's like collectible covers. You remember like back in the 90s, like Death of Superman and X-Men #1, you get your holographic covers. There's a lot of fun stuff happening with the alt covers for this. The comic is called Jedi Knights #1. It has got like an ensemble cast of your prequel-era Jedi. Day of release should be the day of release of this episode or about that, Wednesday, March 5th. This brand new, highly anticipated Star Wars comic is releasing by Marc Gugenheim and Madibek Musabekov or something like that. Shout out to Madibek. We love you. It's a great comic. People are excited about it. I got an early peek at this, and it's got me amped up for Jedi. We're seeing Jedi flipping around, slashing folks with their lightsabers like we haven't seen since Legends. It's very Legendsy in its vibe. We're going to have our own little chat about Star Wars warrior monks, Legends style, here tonight, guys. So check out the show notes if you want to get your copy of Marvel's Jedi Knights #1, even if you're a Legends person. This is a good jumping on point. But let me ask you this before we get into the game. What are your favorite Jedi? We're talking films, talking comics, talking books. Try to keep it, as Legendsy as you can. Let's go by era. First and foremost, Old Republic. Just off the top of your head, favorite Old Republic Jedi.
Revan. Duh.
Revan's the #1 pick off the board.
He's it for me. That's it. It's just him.
Oh, man.
He is him, as they say.
I have had such a foggy brain the past 2 days. I'm going to go last on this one.
Love that guy. I'm going to go last on this one, right up there with I'm gonna die.
Well, okay, I can go on this one. And I hesitate to really call him... Oh, he's a Jedi. He's a full-on Jedi, but maybe not accepted amongst his peers. Zane Carrick. Just
Shout out to Knights of the Old Republic again.
Yeah.
Oh.
John Jackson Miller,
of course, Mr. Miller, has an incredible Jedi who is at the wrong place at the wrong time, I guess, is the right way to put it.
You know who else loves Zane Carrick? Our buddy Skooma Joe. Shout out to Skooma Joe. He's always piping off with some Zane Carrick love. Yeah, my pick is Jolie Bindo, the OG Grey Jedi from Knights of the Old Republic. The game, not the comic. The curmudgeon from Kashyyyk, as his friends call him.
Emily, everything you have to think about Revan is because of Jolie Bindo.
For sure.
He's like his mentor.
So that Revan could run? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Other way around? Okay.
They're definitely like hitting up the Tatooine pubs mid-adventure. Stay in there and play some Pazak for like a week. All right, what you got, Rick? Old Republic Jedi?
What was the name of the Jedi who... It was a woman, and she like avenged her husband, kind of, sort of, but not because
like one of the star...
Nomi Sunrider.
Yeah, Nomi Sunrider.
With her bald spot.
Yeah.
Or the bald spot.
The receding hair.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yes.
I remember that spot. Okay. Yep.
She was an accidental Jedi.
Yes.
Right? Like, no...
Just a random pick, but I thought she had a fun story.
Wasn't her husband like straight up murdered by a couple of like petty thugs in the street?
Yeah,
he was a Jedi, right?
He was a Jedi, yeah.
The worst Jedi of all time. You heard it here first, folks. Mr. Sunrider, the worst. All right, how about prequel era Jedi? I'm gonna go #1 pick off the board, Oppo Rancisis, because he's got them freaky little hands and the big tail,
I can see him.
Beard. Funny you say that. They're actually under.
I know. You have no idea what he's doing.
I'm gonna match your Oppo Rancisis to Yariel Poof.
Yeah, they're buds.
All right. Well, I'll go Quinlan Voss.
Ooh, kind of an edgelord pick there, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
That was, yeah. Am I allowed to go Qui-Gon here?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
I love Qui-Gon. He's so like, was it chaotic neutral? Maybe.
Yeah.
Is that the best way to describe him? I love him.
Yeah, he's almost. Freddie, could you call him a Grey Jedi?
I would say he maybe not as intense as Jolie Bindo, but he definitely fell in line.
Did you
with
just
that.
hear that? I could just hear so many listeners turning off the podcast when I said that.
He's a truly
Just
good
hear the
Jedi,
click.
though. He doesn't
Yeah,
straddle any
he's
dark
probably
side.
Chaotic good, not chaotic neutral. I think chaotic.
He's
good.
definitely good. Yeah.
Right. He just doesn't like
But
to do what the Jedi Order tells him.
Which I love.
All right.
I love
Bit
that.
of a chaotic neutral category, if you will. It's okay if not everybody's got a pick here. It's a bit off the wall. What about Dark Times? You got like a Dark Times era Jedi?
What is
Somebody who's we're thinking like in between the trilogies. The
Oh, you would say like during the 90s, right? Like some of the 90s to the...
Yeah, they would qualify. But I'm thinking like in between episode 3 and episode 4. Like the Jedi that survive Order 66, and they're anti-establishment. They're not in the Order. They're just out there surviving and
Is
thriving.
Kyle Katarn
Quinlan
count?
Voss.
Kyle Katarn.
Ooh.
I'll count it. Sure, why not?
I mean, he's 90s. I just don't know what. I think he's a little later in the.
He's not
chronology.
quite a Jedi by that point, but
Oh.
he's out
Right.
there.
I have mine.
All right.
Corin Horn.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Well, I guess his grandfather would be
Senior,
In that.
yeah.
right. Corin Horn Senior
The first.
in the category. I'll allow it. One that I enjoy is Jax Pavan from the Coruscant Knights trilogy and The Last Jedi, the novel, not the movie.
Could you count
Jax.
for Jer?
Oh man, don't even get me started.
I mean,
She was only 50 at that time.
true.
Bit of an odd category. You want to chime in on this one? Should we move on, Emily?
I'm only coming up with New Jedi Order.
That's fine. Let's go there. Let's go there. New
Okay.
Jedi Order. Who's your pick?
Icarit.
What?
Icarit.
Explain to the filthy casuals who Icrid is.
He had a large role in the Junior Jedi Knight novels. He looks like a bunny rabbit, koala bear, like just soft animal, but he's a Jedi master who's a Jedi like before Luke, and just he's a survivor. And he has a tragic death in one of the early New Jedi Order books. Can't remember which one, but it was on Yavin 4. He dies, and he was saving Tahiri and Anakin, and I've always just thought he was a fun character.
Gosh, there's so many good Jedi during the New Jedi Order. I'm thinking off the top of my head,
Yep.
trying to list them. Emily and I have both come to an agreement with the same favorite Jedi. Emily, I'm gonna give it to you.
I was devastated. Freddie claimed it in the show notes, and I could not verbally withhold. Like I could not contain myself. It's Ganner the Grey. What a legend!
Good pick.
Oh, I cannot. So Freddie, go on. I broke the name. So why? Why
Yeah,
Ganner?
Gander. Oh, he. First of all, he's like he's pretty into himself for a little while, and then gets to the point where he's humbled, and he's off on an expedition on his own, and fights off a horde. I mean, he Spartans the Yuuzhan Vong,
He does.
if you will.
Absolutely.
He does.
Absolutely. All right, last pick
Good pick.
here for me on the New Jedi Order era would be Saba Sabatine. We need to have like a game for every time that I mention Saba as my favorite Legends Jedi. She's like got big mom energy. She's just out there raising her little hatchlings and making a little Jedi Academy on the side. Luke meets up with her and he's like, "Whoa, you know way more about being a Jedi than I do." And she's like, "Yeah, if you cross me, I'll eat your face." And then she trains Leia to be a Jedi, which is really cool. And they've got a fun master-apprentice relationship. Great, super lovable character. All right, now that you guys are warmed up, I'm going to absolutely eviscerate you. Are you ready for this?
Ugh, I'm never
Definitely not.
ready for this.
Okay, so you're now. I've got the ball spinning, the ball rolling, the wheels spinning. I'm terrible at expressions, if you will. The wheels are turning, the bowels are moving, all of that good stuff. So
Mouths are moving.
They will move.
yeah, that's right. You've had your morning coffee. Now you're in the
right.
zone.
There's a stirring deep within me. Am I right?
Absolutely, there is. And so we're in the. In case you can't tell, I'm stalling for time as I find my notes for the game here. Okay, here's the game. It's a classic Legends look back game. You can do no wrong with this. It's Two Truths and a Lie. Two Truths and a Lie, we've done it, but this one's Jedi edition. The Star Wars Legends Jedi you've never heard of. That's the idea here. The Star Wars Legends Jedi you've never heard of.
Do we have lifelines?
Now, I say that. I don't know that I've got lifelines scripted, though that would be a fun idea for a future game.
That would be.
How about this? One lifeline each. You get one lifeline, which is you can
Phone Trevor.
I'll give you each person gets two lifelines. Here they are. Yeah, Trevor's asleep this time, unfortunately.
Wake up.
Here's the two lifelines. One, I'll eliminate one of the three choices for you at your request. Number two, I'll let you type a name into the Wook. Okay, so those are your two lifelines. So we'll see if we need them or not.
Okay.
Got 8 rounds. 9 rounds? Let's look here. 8 rounds for Two Truths and a Lie, Legends Edition. If you get it right, you get a point. If all 3 of you get it wrong, I get 3 points.
Oh.
So
How can all 3 get it wrong if there's 3 choices?
It's
just like whose line is it anyway? All the points, they don't matter.
Everything's made up.
I'm not sure I've thought out the point system, but I just know I want to make a 3-pointer. So
All right. Well,
we're working
golf
on
rules,
it.
yeah?
Sure. Let's give the first round a try, and then we'll see if we need to make adjustments to the scoring.
One of these
1.
days, I'm going to have a game.
We'll see if we
And
have to
you're
change
all
the
gonna
episode.
lose.
You are
content.
welcome to come up with a game. So the idea behind the name's kind of a double entendre. Star Wars Legends Jedi you've never heard of. Some of these are super obscure, and they're Legends Jedi that I'm hoping some listeners really don't know their stories. There's also some Jedi here that you've never heard of because I made them up. See what I did there?
Okay.
Some of these don't
I like
exist.
that.
I hate this.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and hint a couple of things here.
I'm going to be honest here.
Okay.
I think most of us are going to be honest here. When we see Star Wars names, sometimes we're just like,
Yep.
we just move right past it.
Sure. All right. Let me go ahead and give a couple hints because these are almost all trick questions.
Of course they are.
Some of these are the descriptions. Okay, guys, they're descriptions of a character, and then I've given a different name. So some of them are accurate descriptions, and I've given the wrong name. Some of them are just absolute crap that I've made up from scratch, front to back, backwards and forwards. So just be paying attention. There's some trick questions.
These are like,
all right, first
like
round.
AP level questions where you have to choose the most right answer.
Yeah. We'll say that. Okay, first round, bit of a warm up here. Number 1, Two Truths and a Lie.
Okay, question.
Which of these
question.
is Rick?
Sorry. Are we all going to answer?
Go see the principal.
We're all going to answer every one, right? It's not that we all have.
Yeah,
Okay.
first one you 3 can warm up with. Just discuss it amongst yourselves and see if you can come up with the right answer.
Is it like
You
a
can give-
group versus you situation?
Oh, we're totally
Or is it
gonna-
like every man for himself.
He wrote it. There's no us versus him.
He wants
Yeah,
He
yeah.
wants it to be every man for himself, but I say we form an alliance.
Group versus me.
And-
Alliance, that's fine.
Love
I'll
that.
still win.
I can bring vibes only, but I feel like that's enough of a contribution. Jared, get
Absolutely.
us started.
Here we go. First round, this one's a warm-up-ish
Okay.
of sorts. Number 1, which of these is not a Legends Jedi? Number 1, Zane Carrick, Old Republic-era Jedi Padawan with a yellow lightsaber who fails his trials, exposes a Sith conspiracy, and is hunted across the galaxy by his former master. Number 2, Val Vela. Val Vela is the legacy-era descendant of Corran Horn and Tahiri Vela, who served in the Imperial Knights and fought against Darth Krayt alongside the likes of Cade Skywalker. And finally, number 3, Zet Jacasa, a Jedi Padawan who was executed in Order 66 trying to escape the Jedi Temple, who managed to take out more than a dozen clones before his eventual demise.
Okay.
You got 3 choices here, which is not a Legends Jedi.
No.
Number
Zane
1.
Carrick, Val Vela, Zet Jacasa.
I know number 1 is a fact.
Was that
number
description
one,
accurate, though?
Oh, the description. I don't recall if it was a Sith. I'm trying to think of what exactly it was that tripped him up and why he got chased around.
I will say that
and hunted.
I do not appreciate Jared's smirk as he was reading.
He had
those.
such a smart looking
I
face the
almost
whole
had to blank
stinking
out my
time.
camera.
Yeah, yeah. Keep it on. That's part of the rules.
Stupid little smile on your face the whole time.
Keep your
I need a Revan helmet. I'm about to put my Revan helmet on so you guys can't
keep your
see this.
Oppo Rinces's hands where I can see him.
Let's see. So, whether that whole story is true,
What was
I
the
don't
second person?
Val Vela, a legacy-era descendant of both Corran Horn and Tahiri Vela, who served in the Imperial Knights and fought against Darth Krayt alongside
Cade.
Cade Skywalker and crew.
That's my vote.
Is a lie.
The last one sounds like Jocasta Nu, but not quite Jocasta Nu.
Well, I thought the middle one
Jocasta?
was Farfalla.
Valhalla.
Yeah, or Farfalla. And that's Jared's got a man crush on Farfalla.
But that's a totally different Jedi.
I know.
I do love Valentine Farfalla. We need to do a Valentine Farfalla character deep
For
dive.
Valentine's
We
Day?
should have added that into our
You really should.
Jedi.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
we'll see if Valentine makes the two truths and a lie. Valentine's Day, that's a great idea.
That's a fantastic
come we
idea.
haven't thought of this?
2026.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
Yep.
All
We're
right,
like
you guys
2
are
weeks
stalling
too
long enough.
late.
Don't know the
Get
last
your votes
one.
in.
Okay.
The last one, I can't verify in my brain, so I'm just not sure.
You can
of it.
give different answers as a group. Like each person gets to give their own answer.
Yeah.
You can work on it together. You don't have to have a unified answer.
Yep.
So for the second one, you said a descendant of Corran Horn or
I
an
did.
ancestor?
A descendant. So this is later in the timeline.
Darth Krayt, Cade Skywalker. Yeah,
It's like 100 years after the films.
yeah. Not my strong suit.
Get your votes in.
I'm gonna say. So wait, do we have to pick the one wrong one? That's what we're
The
doing.
wrong
right?
one. Pick the wrong one.
Okay.
Who's a lie? Who did I make up at 10 o'clock last night with a wicked
I don't
smile
know who
on
the
my
last
face?
one is. I just don't have any reference for that.
I go for
Do you
number
not?
2.
Number 2, Val Vela is Emily's guess as the false Jedi. Rick.
Yeah, number 2 is mine.
Val Vela for Rick and Freddie.
I'm just gonna go with the last one. I'll play devil's advocate there.
That's okay.
Zet Jacasa. All right, the score after one round is 1 point Emily,
Yeah.
1 point Rick, and 0 points Freddie, 0 points me.
Yay.
So
Oh, guys.
Val Vela is not a Star Wars character. However, Corran Horn's son is Valen Horn.
Alan,
Valen Horn, he's a character in a later series
still haven't read those, man.
who's interesting. We'll get there. Yeah, the rest of that is bullcrap. There are Imperial Knights, though, that are descendants of characters that we know in the Legacy comics. And I've got some of their action figures, but I don't remember any of their names. All right, so I'm going to get the score here. Rick, 1. Emily, 1. Round 2. Here we go. Vanku Scarata, son of the clone commando RC-1136, a.k.a. Darman, and the Jedi Knight Etain Turmakan, and thus a biological nephew of Boba Fett and the millions of other Jango Fett clones. He was adopted by Cal Scarata as his grandson was raised in Mandalorian culture of his genetic ancestors and became a farmer on Mandalore, but later became the leader of a political faction who wanted to see a resurgence of the Mandalorian people. Vanku Scarata.
That was a suspiciously long backstory. Go ahead.
Was it? Second choice, Thawne. Thawne. Thon. Thawne was a secretive and often reclusive male Tokachi Jedi Master who lived in the period surrounding the events of the Great Sith War. A four-legged beast who looks like a Triceratops meets a rhino. Sometimes Thawne gave his apprentices rides on his back, more like a noble steed than a Jedi Master. And your third choice for round 2 is X2. X2 was a Force-sensitive clone trooper secretly created by the Kaminoans prior to the outbreak of the Clone Wars. Cloned from the DNA sample of the Jedi Knight Fallon Gray, he defected to the Rebel Alliance and became a Jedi in Luke's new Jedi Order. Your choices for this round are Venku Skirata, Thawne, and X2.
How do you spell X2?
Don't you type this into
I'm not.
the... How do you spell X2 is the letter X and the number 2,
I'm
doofus.
just making sure. I wasn't sure
Okay.
if there's a dash and an II.
Thawne. Thawne is real.
That's a good question.
Thawne is a Jedi
Thawne-
master, if I
Thawne's real,
remember.
yeah.
I believe Thawne.
Don't make me
100%.
try to spell Tukachi, which is the race of Thawne, because that's, oh my god.
Yeah, he does give him rights. That's right. Oh my gosh, that's a real one. It just feels like it's all a lie when you think about it.
And,
Even Zane.
Whoever the,
This game
the,
is
the
so
first
much
one,
fun for me.
Skibbity Scrotum, whatever his name was.
Skip it.
Oh no. All right, Corey's got to bleep that one.
What was the name?
Venkus.
That one's a lie. Lie.
That's it.
Skirata.
Number one.
Yeah.
Number one. I called it.
All three of you are saying Venkus Karata is the lie?
Oh.
Wait, what was X2 story again? What did you say about that?
X2 is a Force-sensitive clone trooper secretly created by the Kaminoans
No, that's true.
prior to the outbreak of the Clone Wars. Cloned from the DNA sample of the Jedi Knight Fallon Gray, defected to the Rebel Alliance, and then later became a Jedi in Luke's new Jedi Order.
Was that his name?
X2.
Yeah. As
Letter
far
That
as
sounds
number two.
believable to me. Number one, I think, is the lie.
number 1 is Emily's vote. That's Venkus Karata. Freddie
Number 1.
and Rick.
Yep.
All three of you are correct.
Yeah.
Now, Venkus Karata, that was an accurate description of an actual character. That is an actual Legends character from
Oh my
the
gosh.
Karen Travis Republic Commando books. And then he comes up again in Legacy of the Force, which is the next series after New Jedi Order. However, though he is a lightsaber-wielding Force user, he is not a Jedi. He is... That's the trick in the question. I thought surely you guys were going to vote for X2, which is the
No.
craziest thing I've
I
ever
remember
heard.
X2.
It's like
That's the problem.
The-
It was like,
Pawn of the Bad Batch. So
anyway, so cool.
So it's a
These are
Legends
good, Jared.
character.
These are
He's-
good.
X2 is from a game I've
Very
never
good.
played.
Yeah.
It's a Battlefront PSP game.
oh dang.
That's right. That's where it's from. My PSP and my Goofy movie soundtrack.
Yeah, dude, love it. I've never played PSP. Maybe once on like a field trip, and a buddy let me play for a half hour, and I was like, "This isn't a Game Boy."
It's funny.
Yeah, I thought surely I was going to get you guys with that one, but all right. Totaling up the points, you all three got a point. Round 3. All right, here we go. 3 choices. One of them is not a Legends Jedi. Which one is it? Leela Turing, purple-haired, one-eyed alien who lived in the underlevels of Coruscant, orphaned in the Yuuzhan Vong invasion of Coruscant, discovered by Luke Skywalker in the aftermath of the Yuuzhan Vong War. Leela Turing. Wee Malraux. Why? W-H-I-E. Why Malraux was a Force-sensitive human male during human male Jedi Padawan who lived during the final years of the Galactic Republic, was killed by Darth Vader, who led the Republic siege on the Jedi Temple during Operation Nightfall on Coruscant in the waning days of the Clone Wars. And your third choice, Karuk. Karuk. K''K', Karuk, was a male whippet Jedi Master who lived from around the end of the Galactic Republic to the time of the One Sith and the Second Imperial Civil War as a member of the New Jedi Order. Despite countless brushes with death, Karuk survived both the Clone Wars and the Great Jedi Purge, living to see the demise of the Galactic Empire and the return of the Jedi. The choices are Leela, Y, and Karuk.
It's 2 or 3. I
Okay.
think, Freddie.
Okay. What are we thinking?
Whoa. Say the names again.
Leela Turing, Y. Malraux, And just a first name here. We got Kakruk.
I know Kukruk. He's a whippet.
Whip it real.
That's what I said. Yep.
I feel like he's real.
Got the big tusks.
Yeah. I feel like he's real. That name sounds familiar. Looks familiar.
Wait, did you Google it? What do you mean
No.
looks familiar? In your brain?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You got your hands up, so you're not Googling it.
No. Kukruk, because you did apostrophe, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not. Yeah, and then there's Leela.
There's a lot of apostrophes tonight. Don't you worry.
Leela. What was Leela's story again? Brief.
Uh-huh. Leela Turing. Don't you know Leela? Purple-haired, one-eyed alien who lived in
Yeah,
the
that
upper
sounds
levels
like
of
the wrong one there. That sounds like
Coruscant.
something.
orphaned.
I'll let them go, but that's wrong to me. I already know where that's from.
And what was the first one again?
Leela
Can't say it, man. I
Turing.
can't say it. Leela Turing is a
was the
purple-haired,
first one?
one-eyed.
Yeah.
What was the second one?
It was
Oh my
you were
God.
saying it, and I was like, "Are you sure
Why?
you're talking about
Yeah.
this or this?"
Y. Malraux was a Force-sensitive human male in the book. Oh, can't tell you the book. Never mind.
Okay. My vote is
Jedi Padawan
set.
that was murdered by Darth Vader is Y. Okay. Rick is saying what?
I'm gonna go last.
Okay, Freddy.
Number one is definitely wrong.
Freddy's guessing number 1. Emily.
As much as I really want to go with Freddy, if he hadn't said anything, I definitely would have gone with number 2. Because I just feel like any author should not put that as a name. Like, that's too hard to say. It's
What?
too hard.
Y? W-H-I-E? Yeah.
W-H-I-E, like,
Thank you for being honest. Everybody give Emily a round of applause for being honest. Unless you're driving, in which case, hands on the wheel.
I
Sure.
object based on principle. That should not exist. And if it does, shame. Shame on you.
So you're
Well, don't shame too hard, but I'll tell you why in a
so
second.
you're going 2.
And Rick.
All right, I'll go 3 just to keep Jared from getting 3 points in case y'all are.
Oh, dude. Yeah, joke's on you.
Yeah.
Kakruk is super
I know
real
he
and
was.
super awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emily, don't trash him too hard because we actually got to interview the author, Sean Stewart,
Hey,
who wrote Yoda Dark Rendezvous, the creator of Y. Malraux,
Oh.
who is a lovable little Jedi who gets his neck crushed by.
I'm not saying
DV.
I'm mad, but I am disappointed.
It's so funny.
And Leela Turing.
Oh,
is
God, can I say this one real fast? So Jared was reading it, and I was like, "This sounds like Futurama."
Yeah, I put that one in just because Corey's editing this episode and he loves Futurama.
Okay,
Leela. Sounds like a Star Wars name, though, doesn't it?
it does.
Leela?
Yeah, Leela,
It does.
Layla.
Leela and
could see
Stitch.
that. Yeah. When you said
Leela-
one-eyed, purple-haired alien, I was like, "Okay, this is ringing too many bells."
Leela is one-eyed and purpled hair, who was an orphan. So there are some consistent details there, though not a
And a
Jedi.
bottom feeder
Leela,
on
she was a
Coruscant.
death. She was a death. What was she? She was a witch, right? A death.
Dathomir?
I've never actually
Dathomir.
really watched Futurama.
No, I'm talking about Leela. Anyway, there's a dark side witch named Leela, I think.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Glad there's some consistency there, some carryover. Here we go. We got 1 point for Freddy in that round. 1 point for Freddy.
We're
Good
all
for you,
even
Freddie.
now.
Proud of you. We're all rooting for you.
All right, round 4. Nuru Kungurama. Nuru Kungurama, born Kungurama Nurodo, was a male Chiss Jedi Padawan in the waning years of the Galactic Republic, a blue-skinned Jedi with a blue lightsaber to match. He was found in the Outer Rim territories in an escape pod by none other than Count Dooku, and was brought to the planet Jedi Count Dooku, brought to Coruscant to train as a Jedi. He became leader of a squad of clones in the Clone Wars known as Breakout Squad, and sometimes teamed up with a bounty hunter. He even held his own in hand-to-hand combat with the Mandalorians. Nuru Kungurama. Number 2, Jim Yasana. Jim Yasana was a student at Luke's Jedi Academy who was instrumental in saving Jason and Jaina from the reborn Naked Emperor. From the Yasana tribe on Ossus, Jim was a descendant of the Jedi of yore. Also kind of primitive. And had a fling with Luke for a minute, but that's super sketchy, so we're going to just breeze right past that. And finally, Granta Omega, the apprentice of Qui-Gon Jinn prior to Obi-Wan Kenobi, the son of a mining empire on Telos. He resented the Jedi co-opting him from his family, rebelled against Qui-Gon, and became a dark Jedi. You got Nuru, Jim, and Granta.
Number
Who are we
3,
looking at?
Granta.
Granta,
I think that's a lie.
what's giving the lie?
Okay. I just feel like they wouldn't have given the chosen one to Qui-Gon had he had an apprentice gone dark.
Okay.
In canon, I'm
Interesting
pretty
take.
sure Qui-Gon does have a failed apprentice.
Yeah.
I don't know about Legends.
I could be wrong, but that's the thing that sticks out the most to me. That's like doubt.
There's a lot that I want to say right now, but I can't.
Can't wait to
So,
hear.
I know
gonna
I'm
keep-
wrong. I just can't wait to hear how.
I will say, I know which of these three I want to be real.
Who?
That would be the first one.
Heck yeah.
So
The
what,
Jedi
Nuru
Chiss?
Kungurama?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
But I think he's the fake one.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, there's
I
a
just
couple
want him to be
names.
real so bad.
There's names and legends that I recognize, right? And I feel like I hear them. I may not place where they're from. It's too much. There's too much in legends for me to remember everything. There's a few of them that just they don't make any sense to my head.
Yeah.
And I see. I know that there's like a. Oh man, hold on.
I believe in you, Freddie.
I know.
We're on round 4. We got 4 to go, so we do need to kind of get to some decisions here.
Okay, so the first one sounds like it's sort of right, but the name doesn't sound right.
Okay.
Like Cucaracha.
Yeah, just something's fishy there, and I can't think of what it is right now. The last one,
All right.
actually, I remember a dark Jedi, or dark. He went dark.
What was the
Remember
name
him.
of that one again? The third one.
Granta Omega.
Yeah, Granta Omega. That sounds
Granta
real.
Omega. I don't know about that. That
Maybe
Does it sound real?
name is
Or
fishy.
doesn't?
So does
I don't know. The first one sounds fishy to me. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say number 1.
Okay.
I feel like you did something with the name. Or something. I
It's
don't know.
time for the votes. Freddie votes number 1. Nuru Kungurama. Rick.
What was the second one again?
Jim Yasana. A student that Luke
Yeah.
had a thing with from Ossus.
I want to go with 1.
1 is Nuru Kungurama for Rick and Emily.
Number 3.
Number 2 sounds like a character from Lion King. But number 3, I'm going to stick with Lion King. With number 3. Number 3.
Dang it. I thought I had you. Okay. Granta Omega is a real Star Wars character. However, this description is not for him. This description is also for a real Star Wars character. So this is a trick question for sure. Nuru Kungurama is real, y'all.
So
Nuru Kungurama, the Chiss Jedi of the it's like young reader books, Clone Wars young readers. I've not
What are
read
they
these,
called? How do I find
so-
them?
Kungurama.
That just Google the Chiss Jedi and Legends. You're gonna find them, man.
What is this Google?
Don't know.
They're like
Wait,
little
so
Clone
did I
Wars
win?
Young reader
I get a
books.
point?
Yeah,
No.
you got the
No
Emily
way.
won.
Well, more importantly, Jared did not. So, way to go, Emily.
But more importantly, scoreboard.
So that was a cool trick one. Correct
That
name,
was.
not a right description.
So I did not win for the right reasons, but I will take a win.
You're right.
A win
After
is a
round
win.
4, we've got Freddie with 4 points, Emily with 5 points, Rick with 4 points. Cool. Yeah, Emily's
This must
in the
be
lead, y'all.
history. I think this is history.
I'm excited about
My
it.
fall will be precipitous, but
All right.
I'm enjoying the view while I'm up here.
Enjoy it for sure. And let me just derail the episode for the next 5 hours while I tell you the history and the tragic backstory of Qui-Gon Jinn's failed apprentice named Xanatos from the
Okay.
June Watson Jedi Apprentice books.
Yes.
whose
I remember
son.
Xanatos.
So that was the description for Xanatos. His son is the villain of the next Jude Watson series, the Jedi Quest book starring Obi-Wan and Anakin, and his name is Granta Omega.
Okay.
Granta Omega is the villain. He is a Star Wars character in Legends, the son of Xanatos.
Tricky.
Xanatos. Shout
Coming
out to all
soon.
our Rush heads out there.
Yeah, coming soon to Spotify.
I don't know about that. What you got giggling over your Googling over there, Rick?
Did you really want to know?
No.
It's funny, but it's my dark funny. So I'm still stuck on Nuru Kangurama, and I think the description on the Wook looks just like Jim from The Office.
Oh.
And what I mean is it looks just like Randall Park.
Oh my
Randall
goodness.
Park, meaning
Asian Jim.
Asian
Other
Jim.
Jim.
Correct. No, you're 100% right on that. Except for red eyes, blue skin.
Right. But it just like, it's Randall Park. Randall Park is the actor who would play Nuru Kanguruma. And
Yeah.
wow.
Put some respect on his mouth. Kangurama Nurodo. This is just
See, that's what I thought his name was.
But like that's what threw the most suspicion on me is like no way a distant cousin of Thrawn would have been a Jedi.
it's Legends, man. You can do whatever you want. Let's move on. Round 5. We got 3 characters. Here are their names: Atten Rand, Jin Altus, and Altus Noble.
What?
All right. So these are our 3 characters: Atten Rand, Jin Altus, and Altus Noble. Here's their descriptions. Atten Rand, an Alderaanian Pazak player who piloted the Ebon Hawk, formerly a Jedi hater who became loyal to Revan. He eventually came around, learned Echani fighting techniques, and helped Revan's apprentice Mitra Surik take down the Sith Triumvirate. That's a mouthful. Number 2, Jin Altus. Jin Altus is a Clone Wars era Jedi who led a splinter sect of the Jedi Order that allowed marriage. He survived Order 66 and teamed up with the Mandalorians, because why not? And number 3 is Altus Noble, an old Republic era Jedi who served under Revan during the Mandalorian Wars before going off on his own after the war to live in solitude amongst the Boga lizards in the caves of Utapau. Yeah, exactly.
So
Nailed it.
I just want to be clear. So Altus is both a last name and a first name among
Well,
the choices.
Yeah, spelled differently.
All 3 of these,
Yeah.
they sound like Rand McNally Atlas, and so that's just all I can hear.
Atten Rand, Jin Altus, or Alitz. Altus? Yeah. I'm not sure I'm saying it right.
That's
and then
not very helpful.
Altus Noble. I'll look up how to spell it. Make sure I'm saying it right. It is a
What was
podcast.
number 1
after all.
again?
Djinn.
Jin
That's how it's spelled.
Altus.
Yeah, Altus. Number 1 was Atten Rand.
Rand McNally.
I know the description
Yeah.
is right. I don't remember if that's the right character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's how I feel about number 3.
Yeah.
3 sounds very believable, but I think the name is wrong.
Okay. All right. What are we thinking? Where are we at?
Okay.
We ready to play some votes?
Yeah, this one's tough.
You want to call in the lifeline?
I'm not gonna use
AKA
any
weak
lifelines.
sauce?
The guy that helped Revan. That sounds familiar. Sounds like to me I'm going to scratch that one out. I just don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, there's a bit of a theme here with Mandalorians and Revan in this category.
And the second one was what again?
Jin Altus. D-J-I-N-N. Jin.
Sounds familiar.
I'm saying
He was a Clone Wars era Jedi who led a splinter sect of the,
Oh,
the
okay.
Jedi Order that allowed marriage, bounce chicka wow wow,
Yeah.
and survived Order 66.
Mormon Jedi?
teamed up with the Mandalorians.
Totally.
As well.
I'm going to say
Whoa.
3.
Yeah.
Number 3, Altus Noble is the wrong one.
Correct.
Okay, Freddie?
I don't know if we should go differently, but I was thinking 3. So I'm just going to go with
all
it.
right. So we got 3 and 3, and Emily.
Emily.
Go all in on 3.
Jared's cheeks are turning red.
No, they're not.
I think he does not want us to
They're
pick
super not.
3.
Do you think that?
I'm using my Chiss infrared vision to see right through you, sir. Also,
Joke's on you. I'm colorblind, so I don't.
by judging your art,
All right.
I would say that I don't know.
I'll go with 3 as well.
You're all 3 correct. Yeah, I made that up. Altus
really?
and Noble are both towns in Oklahoma.
Ah, nice.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Yeah, everything about that I made up. Every single word.
Oh gosh, and I was like, that description sounds true, but the name's wrong.
That one was pure fanfic me.
Nice.
Like George R.R. Martin, like
That's awesome.
writing some crazy stuff in my bedroom.
We gotta
All right, here we
do
go.
a Legends Look Back Mad Lib and like make it into a
Yes.
fanfic.
Oh, for sure. We'll do that in our fanfic episode.
Yeah.
I love it.
Fun. All right. So we got 2 points, 1 for Rick and Freddie.
And Emily.
Sorry. Oh, and Emily. Okay, 3 points. 3-pointer. Not for me.
Emily's
bad.
ahead.
What?
I still have
Say
0,
your
so
score.
my scoring was not great.
The points don't matter.
It's not too late. If I get all 3 of the next rounds, then I win the game.
Mm.
It's not too late. Here we go. Round 6. We're about to have some fun. We got Hido Turkoglu. He's a tall, nimble Clone Wars era Jedi who is known for his immense force ability and for slaying. Emily is dying right now. I can't even read this. And for
Turkoglu?
Yeah. Hido Turkoglu.
Mickey Turkey Glue.
is a nimble, tall Clone Wars era Jedi who's known for his immense force ability and for slaying a horde of Bakurans who sided with the Separatists in an epic duel to the
Does
death.
he know?
All right. Number 2, Ku Rain. Ku is spelled Q-U. Ku Rain led Kyle Katarn from Beyond as a Force Ghost and had a very unique lightsaber design. And Cora Ryo, a blue-skinned Twi'lek female master in the dawn of the Jedi era, Jedi Order. She married a dude who became a crime baron and engulfed the Tython system in war. Cora was a scholar and skilled analyst and was the master of Kaleth, Temple of Knowledge. Basically, a Jedi librarian whose husband was super sketchy. You got Hido Turkoglu, Ku Rain, and Cora Ryo.
I'm going with the librarian on this one. She sounds too cool to be real.
Does she? All right.
does.
That one
That's a
sounds
really
the most
detailed backstory.
believable to me.
Who's hedonism turkey glue?
Yeah.
Is that one?
Hido
That
Turkoglu.
okay,
I'm
that
going
was
with
my
that one.
second pick though. That was hilarious. I hate that name
That's
so
false.
And all right, get your official votes in on 3,
Whoa,
2,
whoa, whoa,
1.
whoa, whoa. What was the middle person?
You got 1 for Freddie. Freddie votes Hido Turkoglu. Emily votes Cora Ryo, the Twi'lek Jedi, and Rick
What was the
guesses
second person again?
Ku Rain,
Uh,
a black Jedi master who led Kyle Katarn from
he's
Beyond.
black now, huh?
As a- yeah, he is. for
I'm gonna go 2.
Yeah, okay. Hido Turkoglu is an NBA player who played for the Orlando Magic in the 90s.
Dang it! So Freddie and I are tied.
Yes, I got him with the Turk.
Oh man,
That was-
that name cracked me up.
So he beat the Raptors in the Eastern Conference Finals one year, maybe twice, and therefore slaying a horde of Bakurans was like him
That's
beating
so
the Raptors.
funny. That's so good.
That's clever.
That was
well
for you,
done.
Freddie, as an NBA fan.
That's
all right.
clever. So Ku Rains, that's
All right.
real.
Cool Rain. Yeah, there's actually really cool like cutscenes of the guy. He's just like a dude who just like chats with Kyle.
Sweet.
It's awesome.
I didn't think honestly, like I didn't think there were like any Black Jedi in that era. So I'm really glad that there was. That's good.
I was surprised to learn about him a little bit. I love the Kyle Katarn Legends backstory stuff. Yeah. It's really great. All right, so we got a point for Freddie. Okay, round 7. We got 2 rounds to go, 7 and 8, and we'll be done. Nikos Mar was a Jedi trainee who survived the Jedi Purge and went into hiding during the reign of the Empire. Eventually discovered by Luke Skywalker along with his girlfriend Krey Mingla, the two joined Luke's academy at Yavin 4. I think I got a detail wrong there. Just roll with it. There, Nikos fell prey to a deadly virus. Krey tried to save his life by transferring his consciousness into a droid using Siruk technology, but it failed. Okay, so we got the Jedi trainee who survived the Purge. There's a whole consciousness transfer situation gone wrong. Okay, Cam Cameron, a Jedi recruited by Luke Skywalker to train at his Jedi Academy on Yavin 4. This is a Yavin 4 Jedi trainee-centric category. Okay, recruited by Luke to train at the Academy. Older than traditional Jedi trainees, he was a veteran of the Galactic Civil War. Always sported a 5 o'clock shadow and Dash Rendar-esque shoulder pads, and he was really good with the Jedi younglings who trained at the Academy. Good with them kids. And thirdly, Havit Storm, who stole the Death Star super laser plans for the Rebel Alliance, joined Luke's Jedi Academy, and was also a bounty hunter for a little while. Slain by Jedi student turned Dark Jedi Dasan in a duel to the death.
What was his species?
Pretty sure Havit was human. Yeah, definitely human.
Bothan?
Quite white. Okay, you got Nikos, Cam, and Havit. Nikos Mar, Cam Cameron, and Havit Storm. Can't make this stuff up. I mean, I guess you can a little bit. Somebody had to.
You tell these are Legends names. There's no doubt.
Some of it was.
I'm going to go with
most of it wasn't.
With Kirk Cameron.
Kirk Cameron.
Cam Cameron. Okay, that's Rick's pick. Are you just picking number 2 in every single category, Rick? Or are you just going straight down the board like you're taking the ACTs?
Listen, when in doubt, choose C, and in this case, it's B.
I think I'm gonna go with C here. I don't know why. I have no foundation. I just feel like C is wrong.
Who was the first one, Jared?
Nikos Mar.
I don't recognize any 3 of these right now. Let's see.
Nikos Mar, Jedi trainee from the Clone Wars era, who survived the Purge.
I remember somebody trying to use Siruk, or Siruvi. I'm not sure which one is which, but
do you? Yeah, nobody knows the difference. Went into hiding, had the girlfriend.
I'll just, for the sake of having a separate one, I'll just go with number 1.
Okay. Nikos Mar is from the Barbara Hambly Children of the Jedi book.
Okay.
Widely regarded as one of the worst Legends books, unfortunately. But some folks like it. But Freddie chose it for the Siruk aspect of it. That's cool. Havit Storm, Emily, is Trevor's pick from they were UK-only books. And he interviewed the author on the Star Wars archives. So Havit Storm is real, but you can blame Trevor for that one. And Rick gets the point for Cam Cameron, who I made up.
No, you copied Kirk
funny.
Cameron and put him in Star Wars.
Cam Cameron. He's actually, I kind of based the description on a character named Cam Solusar.
Oh, yeah.
Cam Solusar, I know that name.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Are we all tied right now?
no, I think I'm behind a point still.
I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have to total these up at the end. So I guess we can do it now. So there's some drama going into the last round. All right. So Rick, I'm just gonna like name off the points, and you all have to keep your own score. Let me see those fingies. Here we go. Rick 1, Freddie 1, Rick 1, Freddie 1, Emily 1, Emily 1, Freddie 1. all three got a point, and Rick won, Emily won. What do we have? Freddie's got 4, Rick's got 4, Emily's got 4. We're all tied up going into the final round. You love to see it.
Most anticlimactic lead up to, and we're all tied up.
And I've got none, so that sucks.
Oh,
I've
there's
not
still a
stopped you guys
chance.
once.
So you're saying
Not
there's
once.
a chance.
Until you're saying there's a chance. Yep.
I really
You've
thought I was going to
stumped
stump
us
you
plenty.
guys.
It is not
Oh,
good
yeah.
obvious.
We're just good test takers, that's all.
I'm very sleepy.
Yeah,
So
we're
I'm
almost there.
making-
We're almost there.
I'm making choices based off. I don't know. I don't have any mental capacity at this point, which is super fun. Going into the 8th round.
That's right, the
we're all
last round.
tied.
Here it is. Here it is. Das Janir, a silver-haired Order 66 survivor who goes around killing slavers and other edgelord shenanigans during the dark times.
Edgelord?
What's
Uh-huh.
that?
Kind of like an edgy Jedi survivor who gets into trouble and
He was
causes
pissed.
chaos. Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't take like the whole murdering of his people very lightly. Okay. You got Tra-Sa, Tr'Asaa, Tra-Sa, a tree-like Neti female Jedi Master during the final days of the Republic. Sa served in the Clone Wars but survived Order 66. Perhaps best known for falling in love with Quinlan Voss's Master Thome. I mean, who among us? Sa also lived to become a master in the Legacy-era New Jedi Order. And finally, Tuka Rask, a burly Jedi with giant fangs. Rick, I gotta read the category.
All right.
With giant fangs, red eyes, and venomous claws, known for his defensive prowess in lightsaber combat. Originally from Hoth, Rask was known for wielding a yellow lightsaber. Rask was an old Republic-era Jedi who died defending the Jedi Temple during the Sith invasion led by Darth Malgus. So you got Tuka Rask, Das Janir, and Tra-Sa.
Dash Janir?
Mm-hmm.
Is it dash or dash?
Das, D-A-S-S.
Okay.
It's like somebody from Minnesota, MS Das.
Yeah.
Or I guess it could be Dace, like bass. You know what I mean? Bass.
Okay,
It's been a long
so
episode. We're almost there.
Okay.
the one
Okay.
I already have my pick.
What's
Who's
yours?
your pick, Freddie?
It's the last one. It just
What? Tuka Rask?
it just feels like a Star Wars name, but doesn't quite feel like a Star Wars name. The story is also questionable. But also I'm not sure.
All right.
That high pitched.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, I thought Quinlan Voss's master was Dooku. No.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Thome. Who I think...
Dang.
This is where it gets confusing. I believe that Dooku's master Emily, and I had to do some Googling today on this. Dooku's master in Legends is a guy named Thame Cerulean. And so this Quinlan Voss's master is Thome. You got Thame and Thome. Which, let me just say, for my money, Thame Cerulean, the coolest Star Wars name of all time. It's a great name. Thome, pretty cool dude.
All right, then I'm gonna go with Venomous Claws, dude. The third one.
Okay, Tuka Rask is your vote as well.
Tuka Rask.
All right, Rick.
You know, this was a hard one. But seeing that Tuka Rask is a Finnish goaltender for the Boston Bruins, but now retired, I'm going to go with Tuka Rask.
Yeah, that one was for you.
Thank
buddy.
you.
That one was for you.
Oh,
Okay, Tuka Rask,
Rick.
isn't that a great Star Wars
It
name,
really
though?
is.
It would
There's
be.
a lot of really good Finnish names that just they shine. So
Tuka Rask, I kind of based the description, from Hoth because of the ice hockey.
Oh.
And he's got a helmet with like a beast on there.
Okay.
Claws.
Okay. The yellow lightsaber,
Yeah,
that was good. Yep.
yellow lightsaber because he played for the Bruins, which are yellow. It was too many details. However, you knew it as soon as I said
I know. I should have.
As soon as I said that.
I stopped listening at that point, and then I was like, "Oh no, I'm showing my cards here."
Yeah, I couldn't even read it. Couldn't even. All right, so Rick got that point. Who else did? All three of you?
Everybody.
I think we all came out with the same amount of points.
Well, then you all tied.
I can't believe it.
It's way too much work to put together any more of these, so we're just going to call it a tie. There's no tiebreaker.
Well, Jared,
I
I
gotta
think
admit-
you're a winner for making that game. That was it.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Well
100%.
done.
Yeah, that
you
was.
stumped us a lot.
Yep.
I have to admit, I think most of my points were just guesses, except for Leela.
Yep.
That one was.
I
All
think
mine were just
everybody-
good guesses.
Everybody but Emily had some obvious ones that like you knew what they were off the top of your head.
Mhm.
And Emily still managed to tie, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I just have a lot of charisma. I don't know what to say.
That Riz, yo.
There is.
Yeah, which reminds me of the Star Wars character, Ruse Utanarian, which was a Jedi of the Clone Wars. Never mind. Yeah, see, I spent too much time writing these. Stupid.
Was Skibbity whatever
They were
still
so
is that real?
good, though.
Nope, definitely not, Rick.
Okay. All right.
Super not. Oh, all right. We had a fun time with that. So check out if you want some more Legends Jedi. We've been reading the new Jedi Order. Check out some of those books with us, or of course, check out the new Star Wars canon comic. That'll take you a whole lot less time to read that one single issue, which is available, of course, going over to utini.com. Click the release schedule, and you can find yourself the link to pick that copy up or in the show notes of this episode. So that'll do it for this week's episode of Legends Look Back. If you're looking for some other podcasts to expand your fandom, be sure to check out the rest of the lineup in the Utini Podcast Network, including The Cosmic Force, The Star Wars Archives, The Utini Show, The Utini Canon Book Club, and our 90s nostalgia show, Retro Roundhouse.
Yeah, and thank you to the proud members of the United. A special thank you to Brian Dooley, Carl Sander, Anthony Shulo, and Michael Fry on our High Council for their amazing support. If you'd like to join our community, we have a lot of folks who want to talk about Star Wars all the time. Day, night, doesn't matter. 3 a.m. sometimes. Visit utini.com/community. Find us.
Want your thoughts read on the show? Email us at legendslookback@utini.com, and we are also on X @legendslookback. Let's keep the party going and hop on over in the United Discord, where we are continuing the conversation with other Utinians about this week's episode in the Legends Look Back channel.
All right, that's it for us. Keep exploring, keep sharing, and let's keep on expanding the universe together. May the Force be with you.
This is a Utini broadcast.